everybody. Good evening to you. How are you? Hope you're having a lovely evening. I'm just sitting here relaxing. I just had my dinner, ate a whole lot of spicy California rolls, and I'm feeling like a fat hamster in a good way. I didn't go Chantal level with the eating, but I feel full. It's a good thing. Don't worry about it. It's all right. So, what are we doing tonight? Well, I looked at Chantal's current content and she did the housewife vlog. There really wasn't much of interest. And then she put out a live, and again, nothing really there of interest. So, why don't we just watch something interesting together? There's so many wonderful archive clip channels out there, so many channels that have wonderful, well put together documentaries, docu-series on foodie, and some of the stuff that's included in those docu-series or documentaries or videos, it's stuff you guys have never seen before. And I would like to show one of those videos to you tonight, courtesy of the channel Knock Knock, It's Karma. So those of you watching this video, I'm sure that you've heard of the 7 deadly sins. Well, I think it's safe to say that foodie is the embodiment of all the 7 deadlies wrapped into one single human body. She doesn't leave out one single deadly sin. So let's just dive into what are the 7 deadly sins for those who don't know, or maybe you've never heard of it. So let's just pull up the definition for context. Okay, so there's the page. What are the 7 deadly sins? According to Roman Catholic theology, the 7 deadly sins are the 7 behaviors or feelings that inspire further sin. They are typically ordered as pride, greed, lust, envy, gluttony, wrath, and sloth. So, yeah, she's got them all, doesn't she? Didn't leave a single one of them out. And tonight, we're going to talk about one of those 7 deadlies, pride. Because Chantal has a lot of pride, doesn't she? She's got a lot of pride, but not the right kind of pride. You got the right kind of pride about yourself. You are proud of yourself. You can take pride in yourself in your life and take care of yourself and people that you love and the things that you like to do. That's the right kind of pride. But Foodie has the wrong kind of pride. She's proud of the wrong things. She puts a lot of energy and focus into the wrong things. And right now, as we speak, she's in Kuwait. And it's because of one of those 7 deadlies that she will not do what she should do. And that's come home and take care of herself. It's because of pride and maintaining her pride in her public image. She just won't admit that she's made a very serious mistake going over to Kuwait and striking up a business deal with a man that does not love her. She just won't swallow her pride and say, you know what, everybody, you were right. I was wrong. I made a mistake. And I'm just going to come home and try to fix it all. No, she doesn't have a big enough throat to swallow her pride. The most important thing to Chantal is maintaining her fake, phony persona that she created for YouTube. And the fake, phony persona is always right. It's never wrong. But I would like to show you a video made by Knock Knock, It's Karma, showcasing a lot of Foodie's unnatural pride and all the harm that it's caused her and other people. So why don't we just get into it, and I will leave a link for the original video in the description for you guys that want to check out Knock Knock, It's Karma's channel if you don't know about Knock Knock. Okay, so let's just bring it up, and I will give the context as we go to explain the certain situations that happened around these clips and also give my opinions. Let me just see where we are here. All right. Oh. All right, let's go forward a little bit. Okay, we're ready to go. Let's see. Am I where it should be? Hold on. I just gotta make sure.
Hey guys, I can't log out. I'm so sorry.
Okay, this is just context here. So what's going on here? She's in the car. This was during the Natter era, and she wanted to stay over at Natter's place, and Natter told her no. So because of that, she's driving home and she's having a meltdown.
I'm so sorry. How long have you been there? I feel like shit. I really just need to like go live. I missed you guys.
Right, and Knock Knock says you didn't miss your VIVs. You were having a meltdown and you needed someone. Right. What is it that I told you guys about a friend in need is a friend indeed? When she went over to Natter's place, she didn't need her VIVs then because she was getting his attention. She would go over to Natter's place and disappear for 2 or 3 days at a time, and she wasn't missing YouTube. Not at all. She only missed them and needed them when she got rejected by Natter or when she needed money to fund her addictions and his to keep him around a little bit longer. That's when she suddenly needed her VIVs.
Oh my god, what's going on here? Great. Is
And who does this? So you're spending company. You were spending time with a guy. Something happened, which made you very upset. I can't think of anybody else that during a time when you are very upset, you're emotionally upset, your first thought is to turn a camera on and film it. I mean, because when you're really upset, you don't want a camera in your face, do you? Your thoughts are all over the place. Your emotions are all over the place. Why would you want to turn a camera on? Why would you want to broadcast that to people? Why not wait to calm down before you turn that camera on and start talking to people on YouTube?
I just want to go home. I'm just going home. Nothing bad happened. I'm just messed up. Like nobody hurt me or anything. I just want to like. I just want to talk. Then I just want to cry.
And she's getting this upset just because Natter told her, I don't want you staying over tonight. He just wanted to go home. He didn't physically do anything to Foodie. He just didn't want her to stay the night, and she's having a complete meltdown because somebody is saying, I just want my space. Can you please give me my space? That's how clingy she is. She gets upset because she wants to be in somebody's space all the time and they say, hey, I need space to breathe back up. She don't want to hear it.
You know when you're just sitting there and like all of a sudden just like everything overwhelming just hits you and you just can't stop crying. Like
Chantal, if you're around a guy and he doesn't like you, if the two of you are like oil and water, no amount of money or material possession is going to change how they feel about you. If they don't like you, they don't like you. If they don't like your company, the two of you don't gel, money's not going to fix it. Money's not going to change that. That's something you've never understood. You think that money and your YouTube paycheck and your YouTube channel, those things are just going to gloss over everything else it's wrong. And they don't. Having a big channel, having money, does not mean the other person is going to have more tolerance for you.
I just dropped off dog because I can't be around people right now. I just can't. I just can't be around people right now, you know. When I'm like this, the only people I can be around are you guys because you're not really here.
Yeah, so Natter is somebody that, in my opinion, the reason why Foodie got so wrapped around Natter is because maybe Natter was the first person in her life that actually told her no. I don't think she had many people before him that told her no. And she looked at him as a challenge. So Natter, in her real life, when she wants something and he tells her no, she has a meltdown. Doesn't know how to compute. So she comes online with her beezers to get sympathy and butt pats and it'll be okay and it gets that soothing because they won't throw up their hands in protest. Or if they do, she's going to block them. She can't control Natter, but she can control her VIBs. And during this time period, she did control them through means of first love bombing them and then going through periods of raging and blocking and intimidation and bullying and using her community post and her channel to embarrass people, call people out in her chat that she didn't like or if they had a different opinion. She had, in my opinion, an ongoing abusive relationship with a lot of her beezers. And I'm sure a lot of them didn't even realize that they were involved in an abusive relationship with Foodie. And you can be involved in an abusive relationship with somebody online. Verbal abuse is just as bad as physical abuse. It is possible to be abused by somebody and not even be in the same room with them. So she would come online, love bomb her beezers. Oh, you guys matter the world to me. Pull them close to her by sharing intimate details of her life, make them feel like they're almost on a friend level with her, only to turn around and be verbally abusive and bully them and intimidate them and then block them. She often told her beezers, you guys don't matter to me. If you guys quit my channel, there'll be more people that'll sign up. So if you really don't matter, making them feel like they were nothing. Is it any wonder that a lot of them left and never came back? But the love bombing and then the abuse and then love bombing again, it happened over and over and over again. Because she was under the impression that her channel would always be successful. She would always make lots of money. She never looked at people as people. They were just names on a screen. And if some of those names disappear, there's always going to be brand new ones.
And I just felt this overwhelming feeling of like, I don't know, it's a mix. Yeah, I know I need therapy and everything, obviously, but I think this is just more situational. Like I've just been going through so much.
And Knock Knock says, we later found out all of this was because he told her she couldn't spend the night at the trap house. A complete meltdown because he says, go home. Just go home. She didn't know how to deal.
More than just mental health, you know. It's more like I'm just really, really, really overwhelmed. Everything. And I don't know what. I'm gonna be okay. I just need to like emotionally purge, I guess. I just want to be alone. I just want to peace all weekend. I just want to peace.
One moment. Sorry, let's go. You know, and I think part of the reason why she had these meltdowns with Natter is, as I've mentioned so many times, she's so insecure and she's so jealous that the only way she trusts a guy is if she's in the same room and she's sitting next to you and she can look at your phone to make sure that you're not talking to another woman. Even if you're in the same house as Chantal, if you're in the next room, she doesn't know what you're up to. So whenever Natter would have her go away and have her go home, and he wanted to be by himself alone at the house, she would go nuts. Absolutely nuts. Because she didn't know what he was doing, who he was talking to. And let's remember, this was the same guy that she accused of hurting her severely. Although you guys saw the react that I did, where she said outright, I don't consider myself a DV victim. And she also said that she exaggerated the claims. But just imagine, this woman is trying to paint this picture of being a DV victim, and the person you're saying is hurting you, they're telling you to go home. And you are upset because they're making you go home. One thing does not match the other. And there she is with the unsafe driving.
Oh no.
And driving with the light on. She shouldn't be driving if she's upset anyway. If you're upset like this, you shouldn't be driving. You should pull over and calm down before you turn the car back on. But some of this was absolutely performative because she wanted to turn the light on so everybody could see her tears. Like, it was dark and she was crying and she's upset. But I got to turn the light on so the beaters can see my tears coming down my face because I want those super chats.
Anyways, I'm not driving under the influence. I'm just driving sad.
And she wanted to make sure, I want to make sure everybody sees that I'm sad.
Maybe that's why I'm emotional. I haven't done it like smoked or anything.
Right? Quit looking at your chat. You guys can see in this video, it's dark outside. It is dark. It's not even daytime. So you got to pay attention to what's going on in front of you because visibility has gone down. Not only that, but she doesn't have great eyesight. You guys can look at me right now. These are reader glasses, okay? I need my reader glasses so I can see smaller words on my screen. But at night, nighttime is not my friend. I have night blindness. Like, I can't see a lot outside at night. I have a hard time. She's got bad vision too. But I don't think she's got glasses on that would help her at night. So it's nighttime, you got bad vision. You should be paying attention to the road. And you're focused on the chat. You're taking your eyes off the road and you're just checking the chat to see how many people are watching you. Like, is anybody responding to your emotions? Is anybody responding to your tears? It's sick. It's pride. All of her Toxic pride wrapped up in her YouTube channel, wrapped up in the persona that she created for YouTube, Foodie Beauty. This is where she lost the plot and she lost herself. She started out as Chantal. She wanted people to get into her as a person, but then she decided, you know what? Me as a person, I'm not that interesting and I know it. So let's just create this over exaggerated, vulgar, offensive, toxic, negative character. Let's be the bad guy in the movie. I want to be the villain. I want to have tomatoes thrown at me. I want to walk through the crowd and hear those boos. I want everybody to boo me and pretend I don't like it. And yet she's the one who created it. She created the character. But look at her here. She's driving. She should be paying attention to the road. But she keeps looking over at the chat. Dangerous. Dangerous. Like, do you guys see how performative that just was? So she turned on the light. She looked at the chat dead on, not even like a glance over. Looked to see what the responses were, what people were saying. And as soon as she turned the light back off, suddenly the boo hoo hoo started all up again. Anybody out there, you're having a meltdown, you're really upset. You don't stop and do that. You don't stop and turn the light on and see if somebody's watching, and if they're watching, you turn on the waterworks. Oh no, fake, phony.
I really appreciate a lot of you guys that have become my friends and just caring. And I just don't want people to think that I don't care about them. Even though I don't show it all the time.
You know, it's kind of hard to hear these parts because she's just blubbering. Let's move on. And one thing that all of us who are reactors, we've noticed and we pointed out, and maybe those of you in the audience, you've noticed it too over the years, and maybe you've pointed out in different chats. It's really funny how her tears, either they don't appear or they dry up really quick. It's scary how she can go from crying to laughing within seconds. She could just turn off one emotion and turn on another one instantly.
Anyway, maybe hidden resentment, I don't know, is even there. Uh, anyway, oh,
You know, I don't think Chantal's in touch with her real emotions. I think she's so far removed from them that she has trouble faking them. She doesn't know how to properly fake her emotions, the point where to make them believable. She's so detached away from real feeling. She doesn't know how to fake sadness or anything. She tries, but it all looks phony to me. Because if this were real, if she were having a meltdown, she's upset, she's heartbroken, you turn the camera off. You just want to have a moment with yourself, get yourself together, calm down, then maybe turn the camera back on.
oh, I have a headache. I'm really dehydrated. I need a pickle. So grouchy.
Look at the way she keeps looking over at the chat. If you're lost in your sadness, you're not focused on what people are saying and judging their reactions to your emotion. You're lost in your own emotions. Look, all that staring over at the chat. What are they saying? What are they saying? Oh, stop it. How old are you?
You're so stupid. Oh, Sarah. Welcome to Very Important Piece of
I can't. So she's over there blubbering, and somebody comes. He wants to give the arm wiggle in the middle of all these tears. I can't.
27 piece by elephant vagina arm. Shut up, Queenish. Go fuck yourself. No one needs to hear it right now. And I couldn't get my vaccine a long time ago in Canada.
Yeah, all of this was in the middle of the panty lockdown. So people were mad at her saying, "What are you doing running around freaking Canada in the middle of the lockdown?" Like, really? They were calling her out for it.
Sorry, I'm not even like crappy. I don't care about trolls. I'm just. Okay, I'll be right back. Oh, I have a headache now.
Imagine that. You call me in tears, yeah, that gets me pretty concerned.
Don't put her down. Hi guys, Annie. Who did I miss? Oh my.
So she was just in the car, and she's broken up, and she's having a meltdown, and, "Oh, I've got a headache, and I need a pickle." Don't ask about the pickle thing. I don't understand it either. And here she is in her room, and she's fine now. She's smiling. How do you do that? How do you go from being heartbroken and crying to, "I feel better now"? What?
Oh my god, just seeing your faces.
Back to crying. I can't. I can't. But Chantal, pick an emotion and stick with it for 5 minutes. And staring straight at the camera with those tears. She's trying so hard to cry. She can't force those tears out. They just won't come out.
New member?
Who does this? Who, in the middle of your sadness and crying, you're sitting there, you're adjusting the camera. Oh, I got to make sure they see me cry.
Anyone want to just name the new member? Because
I saw Sarah. Oh yeah, you guys, there's new emojis. They look blurry up close, but the Dylan did a really good job. Thank you. I didn't want to say who did it just in case you guys harass them, because I always harass people who like me.
Yeah, that was something that Chantal did too. This is the Foodie Beauty / Everyday Miriam channel is her channel. She's had it for what, 7, 8 years? And she knows how to make her own emojis. Or if she doesn't know, she can figure it out. I figured out for my channel. It's really simple. It doesn't take any time at all once you figure it out. But she always tried to get other people to do things for her channel. She just, no sense of pride for her channel, no sense of pride for herself. Always trying to get other people to do things for her that she should have done.
There's a multi-pot emoji. Look. Nashi? Arm wave? Oh god.
She can't decide whether she wants to cry or she wants to laugh. She's holding that laughter in. I'm calling BS on your tears right now, right here.
Thank you, Punisher. Gross.
You'll be okay.
Yeah, I'll be all right.
She may talk about it, she may not.
Just like alcohol pizza stolen M&Ms.
Oh, jeez. Save it. Cry me a river. Cry me a river, Chantal.
Thanks,
I
Plain.
love you too, plain cheeseburger. Oh, thank you guys.
You know, watching this video, and this was something that Knock Knock put together a year ago. I'm just gonna speak my thoughts. Looking at this piece of video from like a year ago, you have to wonder. You really have to wonder if at any time the Chantal's been in Kuwait when she's alone, which is a lot, and Salah's not there, and she's sitting there in that apartment by the ocean, miserable. If she doesn't stop and think about moments like this, where she was back at the villa with Pete and the cats, you have to wonder if she's ever had that moment where she thinks to herself, you know, I had a good thing. I had a halfway decent thing, and I completely screwed it up. I lived in Canada. I had a roommate who cared about me. I had my pets. I had my independence. I had my freedom, and I gave it all up for a guy that doesn't love me, and he will never love me. At the time that she gave it all up, she thought she was making the right decision. But I'm sure there's been many moments of regret and remorse over it. That when she sees videos like this on the internet, and there are many, when she remembers being back in that room, living that life, you got to know she misses some of it. But of course, because of that seven deadly pride, she'll never admit it. She will never swallow that pride and say, you know what? All of you were right and I was wrong. She will never, ever admit that she made a bad mistake. And because she'll never admit to her mistakes, she'll never learn from them, which means that she's doomed to repeat the lessons until she does learn.
Oh. No, I'm okay.
You don't even have the excuse of blaming it on that time of the month anymore.
It's alarming.
Emotional.
Andreas, how are you doing? I miss you.
And you know what's really sad? You know what's really, really sad, Chantal, and unfortunate? During this time period, you kept saying to everybody, including your VIBs, you wanted unconditional love. You wanted people around that would accept you the way you were, no matter what was going on. Do you see that man behind you right now? He loved you the way you were. Even to this day, Pete loves you. But because he was an easygoing guy, and because he wasn't aggressive enough, I guess, or uh, challenging enough, you got bored with him. The same thing with BB. You got bored of BB because he was just a decent, calm guy. You know, Pete wasn't a challenge, BB wasn't a challenge, so you got bored. You like to say that you're looking for love. I would like to argue with you on that point. I don't think you're looking for love. I think you're looking for a challenge. But you're not challenging yourself. as you should. Because there's plenty of things that you should challenge and you should change. You've always looked to men as being the challenge. So Pete's was not a challenge. You got bored with him and you moved on to Natter. Natter challenged you by telling you no, and you got real salty when you did everything you could to control him and to claim him, and it just didn't work. And in my opinion, you tried to use Salah as a way to get back at Natter, or possibly get Natter back by forming a whole triangulation system going on, and that did not work. So by trying to put two men against each other and put yourself in the middle, you created all the misery that you're suffering right now. Hence why I feel no sympathy for you. And yet there's that doggone pride again. You know you screwed up, but you'll never admit to it. So you're choosing your suffering.
So brave, Vanilla. Thank you, Kitty. Simply Krista, I love you. It's okay. Thank you, Krista, so much. Marissa, we have to be voice beast.
Now you wanted all kinds of unconditional love. You big, stupid idiot. You had it with Pete's and you had it with the cats, and yet you didn't value what you had. You threw it away. You threw away the real for the fake, just because the fake maybe had some better aesthetics at the time. You gave up the gold for fool's gold. And no, I don't like Pete's. He's a bit of a jerk. I'd like to have a few words with Pete's over the way that he treated BBJ. Just a few words. Yeah, just a few words. But aside from the words, he did love you. He still loves you. He's still devoted to you. You are his favorite person. God knows why, but you are. He hasn't spilled all your secrets. He's loyal to a fault, is Pete's. You never valued that. You never valued him. You're always looking to upgrade. At the same time, you never upgraded yourself. You know, you're always looking for that Windows 10 guy. At the same time, you're a Windows XP woman. Girl.
Don't pressure her to tell you. Love you too. You feel my right now?
Yeah, I mean,
See, look at this. So performative. It's like crying and laughing. She can't even fake emotions right. She just can't. This is so awful. So awful. So this is a note about Pete's and what was happening that night. Pete's was there. He stopped everything he was doing, walked right into your dark place and pulled up a chair. He sat in that ugly place with you and he didn't leave your side, right? Because that's what people do when they care about each other. They see you're upset and they come and comfort you, and they'll stay with you until they feel like you're okay. So that's what Pete's did for Chantal. But that wasn't all that he did for Chantal. When she went into the hospital and had some kind of surgery, he blow dried her fupa for her. I mean, he did things for her that most ordinary people would say no to, just because he cared about her. And just think about this, Chantal. Think about all the times that Pete was there for you. Where's Salah? Where's your husband? He's not there with you if you don't feel good. He's in the red room. But when Pete's needed a friend, when it was time for you to reciprocate and return the favor, where were you? So this next situation we're about to see, Pete had a cat named Timbit that he brought with him when he and Chantal moved in together. He had Timbit, Chantal had BBJ and Sam. Unfortunately, little Timbit, she suffered from, I believe it was feline leukemia. Although Chantal could have taken her two cats to get vaccinated, and little Timbit could have roamed throughout the house without fear of maybe the other two cats catching it, but she never did. Little Timbit stayed in Pete's room the entire time that they lived together. Chantal wasn't even enough of an animal person or a pet person that although there were two rooms, her room had a balcony area. His room did not. What she could have done, if she were a caring person, is let Pete have the room with the balcony. Since Timbit was not allowed out of that room or could not leave that room, let him have the room with the balcony so little Timbit could have gone out onto the balcony and gotten some fresh air and sunshine. No, she claimed that room for herself, even though she hardly went out on the balcony. She just wanted it to want it. But little Timbit stayed in Pete's sloppy, dirty bedroom. And she never left. Timbit did not make it out of that house. There was an occasion where Chantal took Pete to the vet. Something happened to little Timbit, and she passed away. She crossed the Rainbow Bridge. And that day, when it happened, instead of staying with her friend, as her friend had often done for her, to comfort her when she was upset, that day, that night, when Timbit was put down, Chantal ran off to be with Natter. And Pete suffers from depression. And she knows that. And she left Pete alone. And people in her chat were calling her out for it. And she was getting very defensive. Oh, I didn't know this is for me. Look, I'm not laughing at the situation. I'm laughing as I'm like, I didn't know this clip with me was included. But okay. It was back in the day before I started showing myself.
Shoot. What the hell? Hi, everybody. Yes, Pete is fine.
I seriously doubt that. He did the live. He talked about how dark his thoughts were and what he's going through. You can't go from that level of depression to fine within a matter of a couple of hours, Fraudy. You just can't. Even with professional help, you just can't. You're just telling yourself he's fine so that you can have a reason to go back over to Natter's.
I have my phone on.
That's right. Somebody that suffers from depression, you can't just go, oh, you're fine now, bye. Just stay with them. Even if you don't know how to talk to them, even if they're in a funky place, just spend the night. Your presence in the house makes them feel better knowing that they're not alone. Not Fraudy. Not tonight.
I can't. I mean, I don't know how to say this. I don't need people coming in here every time and shaming me for stuff. So, like,
oh, here again, turning it on. I don't need people coming in here and shaming me for stuff. Turning it all on her. It's all about her. Her. Oh my God. Here's her roommate, this person who's been with her since high school. And he's basically saying, I'm having some really dark thoughts. some really dark thoughts. I don't know how much longer I can hang on. And she turns the conversation to herself. That is a level of narcissism I can't even relate to.
Like, if you're in here to
Yeah, he was. He did a stream where he was saying some very concerning things that night. That point in the he was saying things that made people wonder, is he going to hurt himself in some way? That's why people were reaching out to Chantal, because of the things that he was saying. Like, they were wondering, is he okay? Is he going to be okay? They reached out to Chantal, and she was so irritated and so bothered, like, oh my God, Pizza's like, really? This is so interfering in my fun. Nice, caring friend she is, right? All you people that are VIBs in her chat, like, I'm just going to point this out to you. Pete is someone that she's known since high school. High school. Real life. Not internet life, not online life. Real life. Someone in her personal life. They go all the way back, he and her. And this is the way she treated him. This person that she's known since high school. This person that she dated. That she's been intimate with, someone that she was engaged to, someone that she lived with. She could be this flippant and uncaring of that individual. So she's going to treat somebody in her real life like that. Those of you in her chat that you might feel like, oh, we're close to Chantal. She cares about us. I know this is going to sound really, really harsh and mean, but why would she have a deep level of caring for you if she doesn't really know you? She may care about the things you have to say. You may give great commentary. You may have great opinions, but you are no one in her real personal life. Do you get it? Someone that's in her personal life, she is that uncaring and narcissistic about. If she can act that way with him, how do you think she really feels about you? Just think about that for a second.
shame me for being a bad friend of Pete's.
You are.
When actually, I'm a very good friend of Pete's.
No, you're not.
Yes, I was a shitty friend around when Timbit died. I guess shitty friend for not being there as much, or for not just being so self-absorbed. I didn't see more signs that he was more like, I knew he was depressed. And
so basically, she's sitting here self-admitting, I'm self-absorbed, I'm narcissistic, I'm vain, I don't give a crap. Self-confession. That's what we love about her, remember? She tells on herself. She's telling on herself here. Maybe I was a little bit self-absorbed. No, you were a lot self-absorbed. You're so absorbed into yourself that there's no room to absorb anybody else, to care about anybody else. You soak up your own sponge, mama. You make yourself moist. There's no room for anybody else but you.
And, you know, I didn't know it was this bad. I didn't know it was this bad.
Okay, so there's a lot of text on the screen, but I'm going to catch you up a little bit. The text says, you didn't know he was depressed, then, well, you did, but you didn't know it was this bad. But now that you, I'm going to turn down the volume of the music, but now that you do know, right, it's this bad, you're going to abandon him again anyway. Your excuses are BS, just like you, right? So she's trying to use the excuse of, well, I didn't know it was this bad. Okay, so you didn't know it was. But now the people in the chat are telling you, shouldn't you be saying to Natter, look, I got to go. I have a friend at home. I don't know what's going on, but it sounds really bad. I'm going to go take care of my friend. I've known him since high school. I'm very concerned for his welfare. I'll see you tomorrow or another day. You barely know Natter, but you've known Pete since high school. Yeah, go where the loyalty is. Go be with that person that's been loyal to you and they've been there for you in your tough times. It's time to return the favor. And if Natter can't deal with it, screw him.
Now, this story.
Oh, oops. Oh, wrong. It slipped over. Sorry about that.
Hey guys, I can't look. I'm so
I was trying to stop it. Where did we stop at? Sorry about that, y'all. So sorry. We're going to get back to where we were. Push the wrong button. My bad.
This bad. I didn't know it was this bad.
You're never around anymore. You're never around. You didn't even care when your grandmother died. Nope. You didn't even shed any amount of real tears for your grandma. Nope. And here's your BFF, your best friend that's been with you since high school. He's put up with so much of your crap. He's given you so much in the way of care, and he's done things for you that not even most best friends would do. And you are abandoning him in this time of need. And you just need to be there for a day or 2 days, but you can't stay away from Natter.
I haven't been the best.
And another thing, and another thing that anyone who wants to know needs to know. Let's talk about her pride for a minute. Let's talk all about it. Let's have that full conversation. Miss, I care about people so much, and she claims to be an empath, which is nonsense. Can we have a conversation about her being an empath? Miss Empath, when her grandmother died, what did she do? On the day of her grandmother's death, you know what she was doing, y'all? She was talking about doing stuff on OnlyHands. That's right. On the day of her grandmother's passing, on her funeral, talking about OnlyFans content. Yeah, that happened. Spending time with Natter. She wasn't going to her mother's house and comforting her mother, saying, Mom, do you need me? Is there anything I can do for you? Can I cook for you? Can I clean for you? Do you need me just to sit here and hold your hand? Because your grandmother, that was your mother's mother. Shouldn't you be there with your family in the time of mourning and grieving? Where were you? You were with Natter. You weren't even there for your grandmother. Your grandmother was sick for the longest. Where were you? You were with Natter. You only went to see your grandmother to take a selfie that you then turned around and put on your community post, showing your grandmother in her bed, having a little selfie moment with grandma, which I thought was horrible because a picture like that really should be kept private, in my opinion. It felt very exploitative, exploiting her grandmother's illness for attention and to make herself seem like a caring person when she's not. It did not do what she thought it would do. It looked completely opposite to what she wanted it to look like. So she's always saying, I'm a caring friend of Pete's. It's my BFF. Okay, BFF. Your caring friend this night is having a bad, dark moment, but you're not there. Were you? No. He's grieving. He's mourning the loss of his pet. Where were you? Not a care in the world.
Just a friend, but
You haven't been any friend, but let's move on.
I don't need people constantly coming in here. Like, this is my VIBs. I want it to be like a place where I can come and just like talk freely and not be judged every time.
So basically, VIPs, what she's saying is, yeah, basically what she just said was, I want a VIP hug box. I want everybody to hug me and to kiss me and nobody to oppose me. Everybody's supposed to agree with me all the time. Be a yes man. If you have the word no in your vocabulary, you can't stay here. You can't sit with us. Even if I'm doing wrong and I am wrong, you cannot say so. You're not allowed to. Pride. When you have the wrong kind of pride, you will never admit that you're wrong, and you will never have people around you that will tell you that you're wrong. You just won't allow it. Okay, so let's see the text on the screen. I know I'm a bad person. I know I'm not a friend to anybody. I know I'm selfish. I know my behavior is evil, but don't say anything about it. Right. Don't don't call me out for the things I do wrong. Let me continue on with my narcissistic, wrong, toxic pride. Don't shove it down my throat because I'll never swallow it.
The picture, like, no, I don't want to spend one night away from Natter. Why?
Exactly, because your friend needs you. He was there for you all those nights when you were coming home crying about Natter. We just saw one clip when he was there for you. You were distressed, you're blubbering and your tears rolling down your face, and he came in your room and he comforted you. Couldn't you for one night return the favor? Yep, he was there. And that wasn't the only thing that Pete did for her. She's used him so much over the course of the years they've known each other. Like, she's taken his money, she ruined his credit, she cheated on him, she broke his heart, she broke him down emotionally. She's done so many awful things to Pete. Awful. And like I said, I don't like Pete. He's a bit of a jerk. And I got words to say to him over his treatment of BBJ, but wrong is wrong and right is right. And she treated Pete wrong. Nope.
Depressed when I leave. He's still going to be depressed when I leave the next morning. Why would I? What? So why? But I want to sleep there tonight. I want to be with him tonight.
It's all about what she wants. I want to be there. I want to be with Natter. I want to sleep next to him. I want. It's all about her. This is why she doesn't have real friends. She doesn't know how to be a friend to anybody. She doesn't know how to give, but she knows how to take. And when you have a friendship or relationship, it's give and take. You can't just take and not give back. You have to give back. If you're the right kind of person, you want to give back. But the giving is all transactional, you see. She's always looking at situations and people and saying, what do I get out of this? What's my reward? That's a selfish heart and a selfish mind at work. And people like that, you cannot get attached to. They are harmful, they are toxic, they are deadly to the soul. They will drain you dry, they'll suck you dry until there's nothing left.
Love him. I want to be there tonight.
But I can't cure his depression, guys. So for you to put this all on me and just make me feel like a piece of shit is wrong too. Okay? So
And that's her default, to get defensive. When a lot of people come at her and they point out to her, hey, you're in the wrong here. You're not acting like a good friend. Rather than taking other people's opinions and think about it and say, you know what? After thinking about it, you guys are right. I'm just thinking about myself right now, and I really shouldn't be thinking about myself. I should go home and take care of my friend. Just that's how you learn, not just through your experiences and maybe other people's experiences, but just taking in other people's opinions and other people's perspective and thinking about it. She never does. She's got a wall up around herself.
Unblocking certain people. I'm tired of it. So if you just make me feel a certain negative way, I'm just gonna block you. And hopefully
Go ahead, stupid.
you'll be replaced with someone more.
What did I say? I'm sorry. Oh my God, what did I say? I forget what I said. There's been so long. I cracked myself up. I have my funny moments.
Unblocking certain people. I'm tired of it. So if you just make me feel a certain negative way, I'm just gonna block you. And hopefully
Go ahead, stupid.
you'll be replaced with someone more positive. I don't know. LD is gonna be number 1 for blocking. Goodbye.
Oh God, here we go. She's playing this game again. Oh, she's doing this crap again. Oh, let's just be all dramatic. I'm going to turn off the light and pretend to cry. And then when I want to check the chat, I'll turn the light back on again and stare at the chat and just see how many people are in the room, and then turn the light back off for more dramatic effect. Oh, we're doing that Hollywood movie effect again, are we? Ugh, the fakery of it all.
I really appreciate a lot of you guys that have become my friends and just caring. And I just don't want people to think that I don't care.
Oh, shut up.
It's not even about begrudging helping peace. I don't know.
Wow, Karma used a lot of my stuff here. Like, I feel like I'm doing like a Rose Inception here. Me reacting to you. It's so crazy. It's kind of cool though.
Where this comes off as people you make shit up. You make me a person I'm not.
Yeah, she tried to put it on the VIPs, like, you people make me this way. The reactors make me this way. No, Chantal, you made yourself that way. You're the one making those choices over there to have a friend. You know he's mourning his cat, his pet, and you decided to go run off to Natter, and then people call you out. None of those choices had to do with anybody else but you. You chose all that.
And it's purposely right now. It's purposeful right now. Eden Sparky, block those who don't enable. What's my bad behavior, Eden? That's what I want to know. I want to know what I'm doing. Not staying at home, changing, wanting to live my life the way I want to. Violetta Vidoyevsky. Hi, Violetta. Welcome to Very Important Users. Ready, set, please.
You know, Chantal, it is possible to be a good friend to somebody and change your life at the same time. It is possible to do both. An unselfish, caring person, when they got the right priorities, they put good friends up there in the top priorities. And they say, If one of my friends needs me, if one of my family members needs me, I'm going to be there for them. I'm going to be there ride and die. I don't care what time it is, day or night. If they need me, I am there. I will do my best to be there, because that's not going to interfere in me doing what I want to do. I can go and bees or do what I want to do whenever. But in a moment where it's dark and my friends need a little light, I'm going to be there for them. I'm over here fixing my life, Chantal. But I got friends. I got good friends. I love my friends. I don't have a huge circle of friends, but the friends that I do have, I love them to death. And I am that bitch that if something's going on with my friends and they need me, they know they can call me whatever time it is. I don't care. I don't care if it's 4 o'clock in the morning. Call me. I'm not going to get mad. I'm not going to yell. I'm going to scream. I'm going to pick up that phone and go, what's going on? If they're having a bad moment, I'll be very happy to talk to them, calm them down. God knows they've done it with me. It goes both ways. I'm here for my friends. They're here for me. I'm their ride and die. They're mine. But you're not that one, are you? You want people to be there for you, but when it's time for you to return the favor, you don't. You absolutely don't.
Liliana, it's a very, very different story. That's all I gotta say. Very different story offline. Prostitute, Natter is not your boyfriend, you're delusional. You know everything. So, like, prostitute, Natter said you're a friend, no love, he said today. It's okay.
Yeah, so if Natter is just your friend, he's not your boyfriend. So here's this friend that you barely know, and here's this other friend you've known for 17 years, and he's having a bad moment. Should be an easy choice for you. If you got one friend on one side that it's transactional, the friendship is about money, you tell that one to go sit down. If he starts to give you any lip, you tell him to go sit down. Say, hey, I'm the sugar mama here. I'm giving you up the sugar. You wait. You wait. I've got something over here I need to do that's a priority to me. You want that sugar, you go sit down. And you be quiet. Because I got to go take care of a friend, someone I've known a lot longer than you. And he's been there for me. So I'm going to be there for him. You got a problem with that? Hit the bricks. That's how you handle that. That's what a real friend would do.
I don't know why you think he's gonna tell you guys things like that publicly.
And that's true, because a man that's in love can't help himself. He shows his girl off everywhere. That's true in a lot of cases, but there are people that prefer a private relationship. That can happen too. Some people just prefer to keep things quiet and private, and that's okay. But in a lot of cases, if you're with a partner, you're so proud of the love, you want to tell the world. You're bursting with happiness. You want to tell the world. You want to tell your friends. You want to tell your family. You want to show off that person to your family. You want to bring them in close to your inner circle. Chantal's never been that one. She's always been a dirty, little profitable secret for men.
Like, they want you to give up your life and take care of him, and they're wrong. You are. They are wrong.
Exactly. Nobody asked for her life. They asked for one night. Just one night. Nobody's saying you got to stay with Peach for an entire month. Just stay the night. 8 hours. Can you spare 8 hours, Chantal? Just go back to the villa and just spend the night. You can go over to Natter's place in the morning, dummy.
Darth Cater, nobody wants to go on your stupid trolling Discord. Natter doesn't claim you, Foodie. You're crazy.
Oh, that happened too. That happened too. I remember. A lot of people were so sick of Chantal's BS that a Discord was created where the beaters could talk to each other. Chantal did not like that. Not at all.
Well, he confesses his love to me offline. Prostitute, you're lying now. He's not your boyfriend. B, he shouldn't be alone. You're very selfish and cruel.
I just want to point this out. I just want to point this out. When you have a real friendship or a real relationship, it really, there's love. There's relationship love or friendship love. Do you pay your friends to be your friend? If you have a partner, do you pay your partner to love you? No? Then I guess it's not a real friendship. I guess it's not a real love, is it? Pete was her friend. She didn't have to pay him to be her friend. She didn't have to pay him to be her boyfriend or her fiance. So I guess that was real because he was there. But Natter and Salah, she had to pay them for their company. So again, you had the real thing in your house, Chantal. Didn't value it. Didn't value the people that gave it to you for free. You only put value on the ones that you put money in. You're so stupid.
Fuck off, B. Sucking friggin' dick. Oh, B. Go shut the fuck up. Blocked. Thanks for your money. Amber Waves! Welcome, very important beezers. Ready, set, peace! I'm sorry, but I do a lot for the people in my life, actually. So, sorry that I want to fucking sleep somewhere else. Sorry. And if you want Natter as your boyfriend, so be it. That's my choice. If you don't like him, you hate me because of it.
And nobody in the chat was telling her, look, drop Natter completely, never see him again, and go spend the rest of your life with Pete. All they were asking her to do was to spend the night at the villa and make sure Pete is okay. Just one night. And she acted like it was the end of the world.
I don't know what to say. I mean, hate him then, not me. Why do you hate me? Like, Mr. Piddle, I went over. I offered to take him to the fucking hospital, and he doesn't want to. The cops were there. What more do you want me to do? Do you want me to go buy a rope at Home Depot and lasso him to the hospital?
Wow.
I don't know what you're asking me to do.
Yeah, again, and this has to go back to this, she was just so obsessed with Natter. She was afraid, absolutely afraid to leave Natter alone, thinking that if she left him alone overnight, something's going to go on. He might be on the phone talking to another girl, get another mark going on, another woman that would give him money, and then she would be replaced. Her suspicious mind would just start making up all kinds of dialogue that would make her crazy.
Al, why can't you spend the night to just be there? You won't be able to drive
Right.
there, but he needs you because you're always high. Think of someone else for once. I can Uber. But so Realize that Peace will always try to protect you. He won't tell you he needs you. If he knows deep down you would rather be somewhere else.
Right. And she took advantage of the fact that Pete was a quiet guy that was laid back, and he didn't want to make Chantal angry. So knowing that Chantal was wrapped around Natter, do you think she was the one who was paying the bills and paying the rent? Knowing and seeing how obsessed she was with Natter, do you think someone like Pete, who's very introverted and maybe socially awkward, he's got a chance making her mad and rock the boat if she's the one paying the bills and the rent? Knowing that she might have a temper tantrum. If he calls her up and says, hey, I need you, there might be a chance she might come home and say, I was going to spend the night with Natter and you ruined my plans. What's wrong with you? Like she would just explode all over him. So, of course, he's going to keep his mouth shut to her.
And I'm not doing wrong by Peace. Peace is my friend, not my boyfriend. So there's a difference, Deandra. Thank you. I edit online and when are you going to admit you're a couple? Well, like I said, what we do offline is very different. I'm going to spend the night with my boyfriend. I don't know what you don't get about that. I don't know what you don't get about that.
Something else I'd like to point out. So Chantal, it's 2024. A lot of stuff has gone off her channel. A lot of streams, a lot of videos. Chantal did that on purpose because she's got a whole new batch of VIBs on her channel. A lot of people that were around for this time period, they're no longer there to tattle on her, to fill in the blanks, so to speak. So a whole new batch of beezers that do not know about her history. And she likes to allude to her past in the sense that she says just enough to garner sympathy, but she doesn't give a whole lot of detail, does she? She leaves a lot of detail out on purpose because there's certain things about her history that she doesn't want the new beezers to know. Like this, like what's going on right here, right now. And she likes to say to the new VIBs, oh, I was so messed up then. I was so under the influence. I was so out of control. VIBs, take a look at this footage right here in front of you. Here's this woman being absolutely, positively vile and insensitive to her friend and former fiance, to a guy that she's known since high school. And she's not under the influence, is she? She's not high. She can't blame what's going on here on a chemical. No, this is her. Do you get it? This is her. This is who she is. She's talking to her live chat. She's sober. She can't blame this on chemicals. She can't say, oh, the alcohol made me say that, or the Coca-Cola made me do that. No, this is her. Straight up. This is her. Do you understand now? This is her. This is part of the reason why there are lots of people in the community, they don't like her. It's not about her weight. Her weight is her issue to deal with or not. It's her personality. It's who she is inside. She's got a very ugly soul. It's vile. It's corrupted. That's why we talk about her. Her soul is so wrong. It's so hurtful and so toxic. She's being so insensitive to a person that has done nothing but try to love her and take care of her. And trust me, that's not an easy job.
You can go.
And see, when she gets on the defensive, what's the solution? Punish the VIBs, block them. By blocking people, she was punishing people. Oh, you're being bad. I'm going to punish you. Block, 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 block. You get a block, and you get a block, and you get a block. Block finger everywhere. That's how she handled things. If you're speaking too much sense, if you've got your own opinions, she's going to punish you. You're not allowed to have an opinion in her chat unless it agrees with her opinion.
Oops.
If you don't agree with her, she's going to shut you up.
Oh, Mr. Piddle, go piddle yourself.
Wow. Wow. I forgot this was in here. You're so awful, Chantal.
And Peach Piss too, goodbye. You were canceling anyways. Where did all the super chats come from? If you sent super chats, where are you?
And that was another thing. And that was another thing she did, VIBs. Do you know that back in the day, this woman was such an ungrateful, spoiled brat that if you dared to come into her chat and give her a super chat that was too low, she would insult you. She'd be like, all you sent me was $1. Oh, I mean, yeah, she was like that. Putting down people that didn't send her the high super chats.
I told you to send to my PayPal, not super chats.
Let's see that again. Watch. Not only is she ungrateful, but she got mad because people weren't sending money to her PayPal. On YouTube, YouTube takes 30% of whatever you make, whether it's your Google AdSense, your membership money, your super chats, your super stickers, super thanks. They take their cut. So she actually got mad that people weren't sending super chat money through PayPal because on PayPal she got 100% of it immediately. But mad because people weren't sending it one way. They were sending it through YouTube. And then she'd have to wait for the money. And YouTube took their cut.
Oops. Oh, Mr. Piddle, go piddle yourself. And Peach Piss too, goodbye. You were canceling anyways. Where did all the super chats come from? If you sent super chats, where are you? I told you to send to my PayPal, not super chats.
Mad because people aren't PayPaling her.
Why are you guys always coming in here and bragging about your cars but donate $1.79, Curly?
And she wonders why people aren't on her channel anymore. The reactors, we don't do that. We don't put people down for sending us a super chat or a super sticker, no matter what the amount. People give what they can or what they want to give. We're not going to put somebody down for whatever amount they decide to send, but she did. She sure did.
Like anyone cares that you have a Cadillac. Like, still, you're not responsible for their happiness, okay? I'm not responsible for Pizza's happiness. I'm not.
Yeah, like she's saying right here, I'm not responsible for Pizza's happiness. And yet she felt free to come online, and she still does this. She comes online talking about her mental health and making it everybody else's issue, and everybody else should be concerned and everybody else should pay attention. But yet she's over here saying, your mental health is not my problem. It's not my concern. So why do you put all of your business out there about your mental health, Chantal?
Responsible. And yes, I know that sounds insensitive. He's grieving the loss of his cat. And to me, I felt like I was being supportive. If I wasn't being supportive, it's up to him to tell me. Not for you guys to just be like, 2005, the year after BBJ. I'm grieving, and for me, I am grieving too. Open chat.
Hello.
When's it acceptable to post food pictures, Jamie? Like, what's the time frame?
Another thing. So, her best friend Pete's dealing with the loss of his cat this night, Timbit, and she has a choice between staying at the villa with Pete's and just being there for him just in case he needs her. And the other choice is going over to Natter's place and spending time with him. This man that she claimed abused her. So she didn't stay home with Pete's. You can see where she's at. This man that she claimed had the black-eyed rage, she was so afraid of him. She had a choice to stay at the villa with Pete's, who is not physically abusive at all, and a guy that she claimed has done tremendous harm to her. And she made a choice of being around Natter. And look, she's not afraid. She's not nervous. She's laughing. So again, I call you a fake phony victim, Chantal.
When's too soon? Like, when's it enough? Like 48 hours? What? I like it. You guys know I care about Pete and I'm here for him. You know it.
You don't care about Pete. You care to use Pete. You care to use him.
Best friend was just across the hall.
Only emotionally.
Yeah. Good time. Ready to get help? Oh, yeah. Well, I say that, but...
Yeah, you've been ready.
Guntzilla. There's a user called Guntzilla. I think in reference to me. But it's funny. Emotional is just as painful. It is. Even more. Because, you know, like being, like, if you stub your toe, the pain goes away after. Like, honestly, I'm not even going to go there. I don't care about his feelings. Yaba had the nerve to say that. Why don't you come take care of him then, Yaba? Do better. Where's your help for Pete's? Why don't you house him ongoing?
Yeah, this part is true right here. You asked Pete to get you a place after BB. So another little history lesson for those who weren't around at that time period. So Chantal lived with BB, and she had a bankruptcy on her record, perhaps even bad credit. Because of that, she could not get a place on her own. At that time, Pete's had a good job. He was making money. And so she latched onto Pete's to look for a place, the two of them together. Now, Pete's, he wanted to stay within his budget. So the places that he looked at were within his budget. Chantal saw those places and, you know, because everything with her has to be grandiose, she didn't like the places. She said that they all looked like dumps to her. And then she made a deal with Pete's that if you put his name on the deed of the villa, she would pay the rent, she would pay the bills, and all he would have to do was just, take out the garbage and all that. So because he was paying for everything and all he needed was his signature on the deed, he allowed it. So they moved in together. For a while, he had his job and he made money. Chantal kept trying to persuade him to quit his job to join her on YouTube. And then something happened and he wasn't working. And he did stuff with her. And then in the end, she ended up moving in with Salah.
I don't care about him, but I offered to take care of him while he's struggling.
And that was true. He wasn't struggling until you came back into his life. No, he was fine. You messed him up again. He was doing wonderfully before he moved in with you. That's true.
I don't care about him, but I took him for dinner yesterday to cheer him up. They hate you so bad they accuse you of what they're actually doing. The social media world is sick. Knows nothing about our life. Not only just personally about our life in Canada. How would he have nowhere to stay? He's literally going to be living in a frigging huge 5-6 bedroom house with his mother. Oh, he has to feed some cats. Oh, boo-hoo, what a job. He gets free life to go pick up food from the door from me. And you're saying I'm a bad friend?
Yep, you got it.
Because I fell in love with somebody and I'm moving on with my life. I'm not going to live with my frigging ex and my friend forever.
And I pointed this out in the last react I did. Chantal has that 7 deadly going on. This pride. And any man that she gets attached to, even if she's no longer personally invested in, she's no longer sexually enthralled with, they're still attached to her selfish pride. What belongs to her will always belong to her. She'll always try to put her hooks into that man and she'll never take them out. She wants to maintain that connection in some form or another. She'll always keep the doors open. So there's Pete, there's Natter, there's Salah. And she would still have her hooks in BB, except that BB's, he put his foot down and he went on his way. But for a while, she was bothering BB too. She purposely kept her stuff over at BB's house just so she would have a reason to contact BB and bother BB. Even while she was doing all this crazy stuff with Natter, according to Chantal, she was still calling BB to talk about Natter. Imagine that, bothering an ex to talk about the current lover you have. But that's what she did. Just would not leave poor BB alone. She did him dirty too. But every other man, because they did not completely slam the door on her, if the door was just open just a little bit, just open a crack, she would just throw her anchor in to keep herself connected to that man. Even if she knows that the men that we're talking about, there's no possible way she could be together with these men. They're not good for her. She still won't let them go. Again, pride. These men are connected to her pride, her sense of selfish, narcissistic, controlling pride.
Because I want something different in my life? Yeah, fuck yeah, but adopt him. If you can do so much. So yeah, like people don't, they just don't know how to analyze situations. Like honestly, like I don't know. I really don't. Like what's your point? You know what I mean? Yeah, that's completely wrong. The fact that she expects you to stay stuck forever and not be able to move on with a partner is ridiculous. I know she hopes that I'm a mess forever. These people hope because they're.
We don't have to hope. That's the thing. We don't have to hope, do we, y'all? Nobody has to hope for Chantal's downfall. Excuse me. Nobody has to wish for it. Nobody has to work for it. Anybody out there watching this video, nobody has to do a doggone thing to Chantal. Nobody has to wish her any kind of harm or put things in motion to cause her harm. Nobody has to do anything. Let's just sit in the bleachers and watch the game. She's doing a wonderful job destroying herself. We don't have to do anything. And the beautiful part is, because we're not doing anything, she can't turn around and blame any of us for suffering the consequences of her own energy, actions, and words. She is just simply dealing with the consequences of the choices that she has chosen to make by her own free will. We ain't got to do nothing. We'll just sit here and watch and listen and give our thoughts, feelings, and opinions as we do. Just let it happen. The tower is crumbling. The house of cards is coming down, y'all. It's been happening for a while. And I know that maybe some people in the community, yeah, I get it. This whole thing with Chantal, 7, 8 years, maybe there's a bit of impatience that it happens faster. But karma works as it does. Sometimes it works quickly, sometimes it takes its time. Sometimes, if a person is vile enough and rotten enough and evil enough, karma will take its time and prolong the suffering. It will not show mercy. If you, a person, you are not merciful and you cause long-standing suffering to other living things and other human beings, if you pass out the suffering willingly and freely as you go, then should it stand to reason that you will get the same in return? That what you have given will get given back to you. So we ain't got to do nothing, y'all. Let's just sit and watch the game.
One, miserable with their life. Two, they have this like expectation that, or entitlement to my personal information for their own entertainment.
Yep, and that's it. Everybody's waiting. Everybody's been saying, when is karma going to show up to the party? When's it going to happen? Everybody's looking for certain things to happen with Chantal. I say karma has already shown up at the party. She's been walking around with a drink, socializing. She's already here. You don't see where she's been working? You don't see how she's been working? Look at everything that's happened. Chantal used to gain subscribers organically. Now she has to buy them. She used to have free companionship. Now she has to pay for it. She had loving pets. Now they're gone. Her health is suffering. She's not happy. All by her choosing. Karma has been at work. There's nothing in her life making her happy anymore, not even food. That joy she used to get biting into a Nashi hasn't been there in a while. She's not feeling real happiness. She's just faking the funk.
Well, that line stops here. And I like Pete's, but he also has family. You have your own life to live. No one is a child. Right, Jack. Voice of reason again.
Pressure her to tell you.
And I will say this in Chantal's defense, and I rarely defend her. Is it her job as an ex girlfriend, fiance, to forever take care of Pete? No. He's an adult. He should take care of himself. But when they moved in together, he did have a job. He wasn't making his own money. She persuaded him to come on YouTube with her. And then they started living together. And there became this toxic system of codependency that went both ways. And she's known Pete for years, and she knows he might be socially awkward. He might have some issues. He's very introverted. If she knew in the back of her mind that at some point she wanted to be with another man and move on, there's lots of things she could have done to help her friend in the name of friendship and helping him be a better person. You know, she could maybe have gotten him into therapy or gotten him around people. Maybe some exposure therapy would have been good for him. Just helped him find a life outside of her so that when she decided to leave, he would not be left hanging in the loop. She could have done those things. She had enough time, but all she was thinking about was herself. I mean, shoot, she could have given him a heads up like, dude, I'm talking to this guy. I really like him. I don't know how long this is going to go on for, but I'm just putting you on notice that this whole thing at the villa, it's going to come to an end eventually. I'm letting you know now so you can prepare. Please start looking for a job. Please start saving your money just in case something happens. I want you to be prepared as my friend so that you are not left holding the phone. She could have done that. A caring friend would have let somebody know what was going on, and that way they could prepare and they wouldn't panic and they would not feel sad. She did nothing of the sort with Pete.
Pete needs help, but not from Chantal. I am doing what I can. Yeah. I mean, there's some issues I can't be very supportive with because I don't have, like, I can try to help him as much as I can, but again, I have my own life, you know, and
She was really trying to help Pete. She was taking his meds that he should have been taking.
have plans for my life in the future, and I'm not apologizing for that.
Yeah, just be decent.
You don't even have kids, and they're shaming you as if Peach is your child. I get shamed for that too, possibly wanting a family in the future. Like, why do I not have the right? Like, because I was a mess at one point in my life, I don't have a right to change and want things better for my life. I don't have a right to change my feelings.
You have a right, Chantal, but if you start something, you should end it the right way. That's true in all things. If you start something with somebody, then you should end it the right way. If you move in with a friend, an ex-fiance, in a living arrangement, and you decide, I want to move on, I want to be with somebody, then do what's right and end things the right way. Make it to where you can move on and they can move on. You both part company on good terms. There's no bitterness, there's no anger, there's no upset, there's no heartbreak, there's no betrayal. End things the right way. If you start a story, then end the story. Give it a good ending. but you never do.
On wanting a family or how I view children. Like, how many people constantly change their mind, or maybe I've made insensitive jokes in the past, like whatever, maybe I've made insensitive jokes in the past, like whatever. Not just that, but I don't hang around dudes that are not, like, I'm not gonna hang around dude friends anyways. Like, I have
No, you don't hang around. You don't hang around guy friends. If you hang around a guy, it's because you want them. You want to be intimate with them. You want them to be in a relationship with you. You don't know how to have friends. You don't have female friends. You're too insecure for that. And any male friend, you can't be platonic with them ever.
no use for them. I have no use for them.
Yeah. Did you hear that? She looks at friendship this way. If you're not giving her something, she has no use for you. Let's play that again. Y'all need to hear that. That was important.
Or maybe I've made insensitive jokes in the past, like whatever. Not just that, but I don't hang around dudes that are not, like, I'm not gonna hang around dude friends anyways. Like, I have no use for them. I have no use for them.
So it's not about companionship and it's not about conversation. She wants to use you. And that's true with all people. Like, if she hangs around you, it's because she wants to use you at some point, either immediately or later. She's got a use for you. She's got a job for you. She has no job for you. She has no use for you. And honestly, as far as the friendship that she had with Pete, I don't think it was a real friendship. I hate to break it to you, Pete, but that's the truth. Maybe at one time you did have a friendship, but it's been a situationship for a long time, hasn't it? A situationship. And the situationship was you had a job, you were making money, you had good credit. She knew you, she talked to you, and she saw that you had something that she could use to her advantage to get something that she wanted. And she did. So your use in her life was getting into that villa and having a nice place and bragging about it on YouTube. But once she found another guy that she could move in with, suddenly you weren't useful anymore. That's it. With friends like her, who needs enemies? Nobody.
You know I was? Poor me. Give me $25 for my crusty panties and shut up.
Yeah, people are like, you're a predator. Oh well. Stay mad.
I have too many friends. Again, you don't know it. None of you are prettier than me. None of you. None. Oh shit, I'm gonna thrive and be a fucking boss bitch I always knew I was. Poor me.
I'm not talking about Maria. Tell him I'm not talking about Maria. Whatever. I have so much power. He doesn't even know.
You guys are going to be in disbelief when you see how much of a glow up, and we have to take care of our of this house.
Yeah, something happened here, and I'm like, what happened? So before she went to Kuwait to be with Salah, there was a weird period where she was talking about moving into this really nice house with a coffee bar. Pete would have his own room. Maybe it was going to be a content house. And then that idea got abandoned. It was just really, really strange.
Especially if there's a possibility in the future of rent to own. That would be amazing because, again, $30-something thousand or whatever a year in rent, or $30,000 a year in rent, or whatever it is, that's a big chunk down payment on a house already. I moved my car over. I hope that's his fucking car. If it's not even his car, then he should mind his own effing business.
So this is her getting mad because she parked in somebody else's parking space. And they called her on it. She didn't like it.
Do something about it, bitch. I hate aggressive men. Come do something about it, bitch. I'm not trying to flex. So unless you throw your bed away, you're gonna have to sleep on my DNA every night.
Ew.
I totally peed her bed. I totally peed her bed.
Ew. That was TMI. She was confessing that she peed on Dee Dee's purple mattress. So if you guys hear any mention of the purple mattress, that's what she's talking about. That when she went over to Dee Dee's condo to be with Natter, when Dee Dee wasn't there, that her and Natter had relations on Dee Dee's expensive purple mattress, and she said, I peed on Dee Dee's bed. Ew, gross.
And this is a rerun. Well, if you don't like reruns, then go watch something else with your $1.99. No one cares.
And there we go again, shaming somebody for their $1.99 super chat. That's how high on her horse she was. Shaming people for giving her money because they weren't giving enough. Remember what I said, VIBs. A friend in need is a friend indeed. And she had so much money, she was so arrogant with it, that she felt that she was above $1.99. The queen deserves more. How dare you give her $1.99? Who do you think you are, you cheap, cheap peasant? How dare you give her $1.99? She shamed people for giving her money. She don't do that no more because she's in need of it. She was doing it then when she was feeling very full of herself. There's that pride all day.
No, she was bitter about it because the day after she's like, I'm just washing my sheets. It don't matter if you wash your sheets, you can't wash your mattress, you stupid idiot. Oh, well, she's probably gonna like screw her right now and be like, hey, you like that bitch? Oh, they're so fucked up. I hate them all. I hate them all. You just proved you're a liar tonight. Like, why are you trying to make me mad? This just makes me hate you more, and I'm just gonna keep talking more about you. So keep pissing me off more. Keep pissing me off more. 4K bed should have a mattress cover. It like came off. It came off because we were having sex on it. He wants to taste the rainbow. He's disgusting. No wonder he has STDs. What pissed me off was his reply to some of the hater comments, like saying some people saying the nastiest shit, like she's not good for your channel, Natter, change your password and shit and all this and that, and like, and he's like, thanks, I will look into it. Like, excuse me, you fucking, like, if it weren't for me, like, he thinks he's just magically, he'll be like, oh, my video only got 3,000 views. You realize that, like, if it weren't for me, you wouldn't have any at all. Like,
and there's the narcissistic pride peeking out. I made your channel for you, and I filmed all the content, and I made the thumbnails, and I bought the iPad, and I bought the iPhone. Every single little thing that she does for you, she will always remember, and she will throw in your face. And every single thing that she does is connected to her ego and her pride. Like, that's still part of her. And she'll use that as a way to become arrogant and cruel and mean. This is the kind of person you never want to take favors from. Never. Never. Because they'll always hold it over your head and mention it, and they'll never shut up.
Like, he just thinks that he's just so special in his videos that he's just gonna like magically grow right to the top, like right away without any help. Like, basically, I feel like somebody's like stepping on my face to lift themselves up, and that's how I feel in this relationship. And I'm so not. No.
So basically, the feeling with Chantal, again, pride, is I made you, but I did not make you to be successful without me. Your success, your happiness is connected to me. And if you try to break away and be happy on your own, oh, I'm not going to allow that. I will get online and I bash you. I'll talk crap about you. I'll make up stories. I might even go to the cops and tell stories there and get you in trouble. But you are not allowed to be successful without me. You're not going to use me as a stepping stone and find another path without me. Oh, no. No, you're either walking on the path with me or you're not walking at all. I'll cut your ankles off before I let that happen. Buy you an iPad or buy you an iPhone. You think you're going to take that and use that for other women and other means? Oh, no, you're not. That's the way she thinks.
You can fucking call me bald, fat, whatever, but I'm not a fucking pushover. And I have been for 6 months. Like FFG
By choice.
style. This is a happy dance. Go figure. Like, I'm the person you should be the nicest to. Like, really? Like, anyway. Shoes are. They always do. So, how do you have money if you don't work? Because I'm awesome. Cocaine Beeson? No. Oh, the German guy. Oh my god, this is fucking perfect, but he had to cancel on me. He had a stitch open up on a recent injury and he had to go to the hospital, so he wanted to reschedule for next Friday. But if I end up being the big goddess that I knew I always was inside, just like my tarot cards.
Oh, no.
Anyway.
Triggered. I'm sorry. I'm so triggered. No. No with the tarot. No, 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 no. Girl, listen. Don't let me catch you with those tarot cards in your hand. I will take... No. Just no.
Oh my god. Hi, Jamie. Nobody believes me about what? What's a cat? Okay, so this man. Okay, I get this message. Okay, this fucking man. Oh my god. And I don't want any hookups. So, okay. This guy to a T is like my type for looks. He's slender, but he's, oh my god. I've seen everything about him already. I video everything. I mean, I don't know if he's real or not, but he's too good to be true. I mean,
well, you know what they say about if it seems too good to be true, it usually is. But we are talking about a woman who has catfished people, so there's that. So Miss Catfish Queen, afraid of being catfished.
He's gorgeous. He wants to worship the ground I walk. He wants.
Girl, what is that term that Amberlyn Reed came up with when she's telling a lie? A hootenberry? She's telling hootenberries. She's telling lies.
He wants to worship me in every way.
Oh, please stop. Stop it.
Like, he wants to worship me, kiss my feet. He wants to kiss my feet.
Sure. Wait till he sees your feet. He'll change his mind.
Now, the catch.
Hey, don't judge me. Have you seen her feet? Have you seen her feet? If you see her feet, you'll understand.
Is he wants me to control his entire fucking life. Sure,
okay. Sure.
Like, everything about his life. Like, he's looking to be a slave. And
oh, geez. Really? You over there saying you want to be a fendom? No, you don't. You don't know how to do it right. Be quiet.
A cuck. It's a red flag. Like, he's got a good job. He's got his own place. He wants me to.
And that is not me shaming anybody who's into that type of fetish. There's nothing wrong with it. If that's what you like, that's what you like. I just can't see her doing it. You know, the one who likes to be controlled and have aggressive. I just can't see her doing it. She don't know what she's doing. Shut up.
I come over Monday and meet him, and he wants me to, like, he's like, I even want my woman to control my money and just give me a little bit. Like, oh. And he's so.
And this just makes her sound more stupid. So if this was real, which I have my doubts, mind you, but if this was real, so she had the choice of being around a man that would give her money versus her giving her money to other men. She had the choice of being around a guy that says, here, just, I'll give you my money. And she said no to that, but she said yes to giving her money to other men. You know how stupid that makes her sound?
Oh my god, it's garlic bread. Green flag.
I've never heard of free sandwich. Well, I just want to say, I think this fucking place is haunted.
Okay, that's pretty much it. Like, we're almost done. We're almost done. So we'll just end it here. But I thought that'd be an interesting look back on Chantal with her pride. Because as I've said, she is all, and I mean all of the 7 deadlies wrapped into one body. And she's also the embodiment of the saying, money doesn't buy happiness. She's proof of that. She's so broke, all she's got is money. Without that money, she has nothing. She is morally bankrupt. There's nothing there, folks. Just a big dark hole with nothing in it. A hole that always wants to be filled, and no matter what she puts in it, it's still empty. So, that was a little retro react for y'all, courtesy of the channel Knock Knock It's Karma. I will leave a link for the original video in the description, and there's tons of other great videos on Knock Knock's channel. But I hope you guys enjoyed that little retro react. And I will say good night, and I wish you all well, and don't forget to like and subscribe. And don't forget to take care of yourselves and each other. Until next time, I'll see you. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.